Warm good afternoon to one and all present here. So today we are here to talk about the Indian Parliament. India is the world's largest democracy. According to any dictionary, democracy is a situation where the country's citizens choose their representatives. These representatives constitute a legislative body called the Parliament. So when I said Parliament, a question arises: what is a Parliament? So before India's freedom, the lawmakers of the country were the colonial rule. According to their set of rules, only a handful of people have the voting rights. After independence, the country's constitution was formulated in 1950, which gave all its citizens voting rights. Our leaders put an end to all the oppressions by starting the democratic policy. A parliament is a conglomeration of representatives elected to form the government. The citizens of the country takes part in the voting process, and during voting, the citizens elect their representatives from their region, and each of these representatives takes part in forming the government. After the representatives are assigned different ministries in the government, the role of the parliament starts. The Indian parliament has two houses, the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Why do we need a parliament in our country? The need for parliament arises due to various reasons, such as we require it for lawmaking, we require it as the center of all democratic political process. It also helps people of the country in holding the representatives accountable. Thank you.
माननीय सदस्यगण डॉक्टर महोदय,
Honorable members, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. You can now have your seats. The oath-taking session of the Parliament 2022 will begin shortly. New members of the Parliament, please be ready.
MP Liba UK. She is from the state of Arunachal Pradesh. She is here as a new member.
Which language do you prefer? English.
I, Liba Yuki, having been elected as a member of House of the People, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty which I am about to enter. Jai Hind.
He's from the state of Gujarat. He's here as a new member.
मैं अदिनाथ साली लोकसभा के चुने जाने के बाद खुदा के नाम पर शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची और निष्ठा रखूँगा। कानून द्वारा स्थापित किया गया भारत की स्वतंत्रता और अखंडता को बनाए रखूँगा, और मैं जिस कर्तव्य पर प्रवेश करने वाला है वह ईमानदारी से निभाऊँगा। जय हिंद।
A few days ago, on the 6th of February 2022 to be exact, we lost one of the greatest singers and songwriters of India to the skies above. Also known as the Queen of Melody, Nightingale of India, and Voice of the Millennium, it has been absolutely heartbreaking to go through this experience. Now, I would like to invite Honorable Farah Mariam to give us an obituary.
She is known as Didi or sister. Lata Mangeshkar, the Nightingale of Bollywood, who has died aged 92 after contracting COVID-19, was a much-loved Indian national and international figure. Her output was extraordinary. She is estimated to have recorded 25,000 songs, which appeared in more than 1,000 Hindi films. And she also sang in more than 20 different Indian languages. In 2001, she received India's highest honor for civilians, the Bharat Ratna. Her everlasting music certainly brought happiness to millions of Indians.
Prime Minister to introduce all ministers of the Parliament.
Honorable Speaker, Madam and respected officials, Namaskar. My Honorable Minister of the Parliament that have gathered here today. अब हम शुरू कराते हैं. Honorable Aisha Azza, Minister of Finance. Honorable Muhammad Manar, Minister of Ministry. Honorable Mehak Feroz, Minister of Health. Honorable Meenakshi Shivdas, Minister of Education. और हमारा नई मंत्री ऑनरेबल फमीदा फातिमा, मिनिस्टर ऑफ चाइल्ड एंड वुमेन डेवलपमेंट. ऑनरेबल तुषार कौमे, मिनिस्टर ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट. धन्यवाद.
Let the winter session of the Parliament 2022 begin.
Honorable Speaker, the latest bill.
This bill is related to the finance section, so I would like to have the Honorable Finance Minister take over.
Honorable Speaker, the country's annual gross domestic product chart has fallen majestically in 2021-2022 due to continued lockdowns. Growth is expected to witness a V-shaped recovery for year 2022. However, the rising number of Omicron variant cases will continue to remain a hindrance.
The budget was delivered in a paperless format for the first time in 8 years, instead of the traditional Bahigala.
Honorable Speaker, as they say, the first time in 8 years, I recollect that I came here with a tablet in my hand which had the newly launched Budget mobile app for hasty access of budget documents of the Parliament.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, technologically we have developed, but the chart data is still at the rock bottom. Why is that so?
Honorable Madam, I would like to speak on behalf of the Finance Minister. The backdrop of the third surge of COVID-19 infections has brutally affected the budget charts. India reported 270,460 cases last week.
Honorable Speaker, the priority should be first to clear the budget, finance bill and the appropriation bill.
Honorable Speaker, you see, in this COVID situation, with prolonged gaps between vaccinations, it was hard to review some crucial bills as several parliamentary panels were absent due to COVID-19 virus.
Honorable Speaker, this has been going on for almost 2 years from now. At this point, barely 2 out of 7 citizens are completely vaccinated in our country.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, if it goes online like this, clearing bills, the falling economy, the stressed out healthcare units, and our struggling youth may never get the attention they need.
Honorable Speaker, don't you see the protest engulfing more and more in colleges? The schools have been shut down due to triggering protest.
Honorable Speaker, I do understand your worries, but the schools are better off closed in such violent environment.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, just by shutting down schools, do you think you will be able to get rid of the main issue happening? How long until they get a safe environment to study in?
Honorable Speaker, we should also check the safety of our children. School must be closed.
Does the ruling party have anything to say about this?
Yes, Honorable Madam, I do agree with the Transport Minister. I say that these are just children and the police have behaved very patiently. But if any external element is used, we will take very strict legal action.
Anyway, the Prime Minister should resign.
Yes, Prime Minister should resign.
Silence! This winter parliament session did not go as we expected and has deviated into an intense and hot-tempered argument. I'm completely disappointed in every single one of you. I would like to suspend this year's winter parliament session. The session is adjourned.